That,
Chris.
I should have waited. I wasn't seeing straight, we both know that.
They probably would have left if you had waited. Or given how many were outside of that building, they'd both be dead. You can't keep blaming yourself. Keep going, Chris.
Okay, the incident at Paulina Thorpe's apartment.
May, I can explain.
What the hell is this? What did you do?
It's not what you think.
You just dropped a guy in front of me. What the hell do you mean?
Is
he dead?
No, I'm not a killer.
Then what are you? Who the hell are you?
Let's go somewhere else to talk about this.
I'm not going anywhere until you tell me.
Let's just talk later, please.
No! We're not avoiding this. What is going on with you?
May!
I am not leaving until you...
No! Just hold on. We're almost there. Just hold on. I'm sorry. Just hold on. We need some help. Please.
Get the gurney. What happened?
She's been shot. I tried to help, but...
She's losing a good amount of blood. We need to rush her to the ICU as soon as possible.
It's me. I need your help.
This is the story of how a simple case turned sour. This is the story of the Runaway. A Runaway Productions original podcast.
Hey.
Hey,
How you holding up?
just another day at the office, right?
Chris,
I know what you're going to say.
none of what happened was your fault. Neither event.
One of them was.
No, it wasn't. You shot in self-defense and he jumped in front of the bullet. It wasn't anyone's fault. It just happened. If anyone is to blame, it's her. And even then, when SIU gets here, just tell them what happened. You'll be cleared. It'll be fine.
This is a mess.
Yeah,
What else did you find at the Chief's?
not much else. The roses at his house say it was a message, but there was nothing else other than the writing on his body.
So, what was the message? We know you caught him, so now you're cleaning up our mess?
I don't know. What do we do about the rest of it? We still don't have the evidence the chief took, and if we tell anyone he was crooked, then everyone will start asking questions, which will make things more difficult for us, especially when the main woman who got to him has your phone number.
And if we say nothing, then it looks like we're covering for him. So, we find the evidence and keep building the case. Then we tip off the RCMP and tell them what went down with the chief. We'll just need to come up with an answer as to why we didn't say anything sooner.
Okay, should we start with his office?
It's as good a place as any. Will the other guys be joining us?
No, they're still testing the evidence and closing off the site.
Right. Huh?
What is it?
I just got a message from my informant. They have some information for me regarding the Cassans.
How's that?
I don't know, but it's worth finding out. Start without me. I'll be back.
I thought I'd find you with your friend, but the nurse said you'd be here.
I just needed some air.
Zane told me what happened. I'm sorry about your friend. How is she?
They said she'll be fine, but she hasn't woken up yet.
And how are you?
If I had told her, this wouldn't have happened.
You don't know that.
But I do know she would have stayed away.
You can't blame yourself for what happened. If anyone's to blame, other than those two goons, it's me. You're having to pay for my actions and your sister's, and you don't deserve that. You're allowed to live your own life, and I didn't give you that. And I'm sorry.
It's not all on you. I could have walked away. For real. And I didn't. Can you sit with me, please? I kind of want to sit with my dad right now.
So, this is final now?
I don't have much choice anymore. I can't keep finding reasons to stay. Not now. I'm done. So, what happens now?
Well, your sister is being your sister, but she's making progress. I think this will be over soon. In the meantime,
Lay low?
what I was actually going to say was enjoy your new home. Live a real life.
You think my sister will go for that?
Things for Chiara are different now than when they were when her parents died.
How's that?
Jack is dead. Killed in an ambush by the Cassans.
I see.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
No. This seems to have been a breaking point for her. She keeps blaming herself and the guy who shot him, but when I asked about you, it seems she finally heard what you've been saying this whole time.
So now I just go home and lay low, and she just goes back to work?
It seems that way.
So is this visit your way of saying goodbye?
You're my daughter. There is no goodbye. Just until next time.
I like that better.
Hi, can I help you?
I have a reservation for 2.
And the name?
Christopher Hale.
Here you are.
Thank you. And they're not even here.
Says who?
You.
Hello, detective.
When I got the message, I didn't think I would be meeting with you. Like this.
I thought I would try something different. After all, you seem to be doing the same. More upfront, more direct.
Chiara?
Now we're here to talk business, not harp on other things.
Is this how we're going to be doing this?
It would be too easy doing this face to face now, wouldn't it? Especially with all the eyes in this place. Don't be so obvious, Detective. We're here to have lunch, aren't we?
You sound different in person.
The beauty of modern technology. I'm not dumb enough to expose myself to you that easily.
No, you're not. You're clever enough to have me not see your face.
Precisely.
When you said you had more of a handle on this case than me, what exactly did you mean?
Exactly what I said. Your entire department is chasing dead ends because you've been running in the wrong direction.
What are you talking about?
What did I say about being too obvious? I told you I don't kill innocent people. And I've seen enough death in my lifetime, so...
So you're still trying to convince me it wasn't you? You can't play that card again.
Not even if I have proof?
And what proof is that?
Aside from the fact that they all want me dead, I know that Paulina told you, but she gets a pass. Those men have been falling like dominoes for years. Every bullet or slit throat is a reward for a job they royally screwed up. I might have stopped them, or fought them, but I didn't kill them.
So you're telling me they died because they were bad at their jobs? Doesn't seem likely.
It is when you work for Bobby.
And you know so much about him.
A good businesswoman always does her homework on the competition. Bobby's always been a fickle man. Never the businessman his father was. The former head of the family ruled with his brain, his skills. The current? With his mouth and his fist. I'd never be as foolish as to get rid of my associates as hastily as he does.
Why would Bobby Cassans get rid of so many of his own men?
Oh, he's always had a very low tolerance for failure, and an even lower one for loose lips. That's why Brian Mason and poor Antonio were taken out as fast as they were. He would rather silence you than pay you to stay on his side. And if the deed can't be done, he'll cover his tracks in any way possible, including removing weak links.
How do I know you're not just lying to save yourself?
Have I lied to you yet, Detective? Exactly. I may withhold, but I never lie. Which means everything I've said from the moment you responded to my message is true.
Why tell me all of this?
I'm an opportunist, and this is something that can benefit us both. Surely you couldn't have expected me to keel over and run away over the first advance. A deal like this was on the table from the moment you first dialed.
What do you...
You like games as much as I do, Detective. And you're not afraid to play dirty. Why else would you have trapped your boss into a situation that got him killed? We're a lot more alike than you think. You and I.
I am nothing like you.
We'll see. Time will tell, I suppose.
I'm not here to debate my morals with you. This is business, isn't it?
Ask me anything you like, Detective.
What do you know about white roses?
They were Bobby's wife's favorite flower. A tragic tale. Died around the same time as her son.
Right. The boy you murdered. Her death wouldn't have something to do with you, would it?
I may be in charge of security, but I don't get every assignment. Those roses were used at her funeral, and have been a symbol of death for him ever since. First recipient of them was me.
But unlike the others, you're still alive.
I have my ways. I know Bobby's never one to get his hands dirty. He'd rather send amateurs to kill an expert instead of someone capable of finishing the job.
If you're right about Bobby...
If you need more reassurance, you can sift through your boss's belongings to see what you find. He did Bobby's dirty work. I'm sure you already have everything you need. And trust me, if I was really one to kill everyone who crossed me, there would be a lot more bodies for you to find. I hope this was helpful, Detective. Now, I would stay, but I am a busy lady.
Understood. Who the hell are you?
We meet at last.
You're not.
Chiara. I owed her a favor. You can't seriously think she was dumb enough to hand herself over to you, can you? Although I was happy to do it. I finally met the famous Detective Hale, and I must say, you're far better in person.
You impersonated her just to meet me?
I never said I was Chiara. I just came to deliver the message. But don't get me wrong. All the information is true. Check his belongings to see. Hopefully we meet again.
Hi.
Hey,
How is she?
the doctor said they repaired the injury to her shoulder, but she lost a lot of blood. Thankfully, the guy was a terrible shot.
Yeah. Small miracles, right?
Yeah.
And you?
Tired. I'm leaving. And for good this time. No more jumping back in or delaying because of some event or threat. I can't keep doing this. Any of this. I quit. I'm done. And you have to accept that for both of our sakes. What?
It's just funny. I was just about to give you this.
We hereby terminate Paulino Gravano as Chief Marketing Officer of Gravano & Co., effective immediately? You were going to fire me?
I'm sorry. You were right. You deserved to have a clean break, and I should have given it to you. You would have given it to me.
Which is why I'm better.
And I'm sorry I dragged you back into it. I should have just left you alone and let you do things your way. It may not have stopped Bobby, but it would have prevented all of this.
I think there's a lot of blame to go around. But thank you.
Of course. At least I got there eventually.
Dad told me about Jack.
Well, you know me. Always one to only learn the hard way.
I'm so sorry, C.
Me too.
I don't even know what to say to her.
There's only one thing you can tell her. I think the secrecy alone is killing us both. In different ways.
She's gonna hate me.
If she's put up with you this long, there's no way she could hate you.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Finish what I need to. With any luck, this should be wrapped up in the next few days. And as for her, whatever she wants will be up to her after you talk when she wakes up.
If.
When. And if it was worse, you would have known. She'll be okay. And so will you.
Thanks.
I should go. I have stuff to do. But the cavalry is on its way. They will know what to do. Anything involving me, Cyrus will call.
Okay.
It'll be okay. I promise.
Hey, how'd it go?
Hey,
Where are you going? Chris. What are you doing?
checking something.
What is going on? What did your informant say?
That the information I'm looking for is with the chief's stuff.
How would they know that?
I don't know, but given that my notebook was in here, and that he was in line with the Cassans, covering things up, the more I thought about it, the more it made sense.
You know, you're starting to sound a little crazy.
Just give me a minute. See?
Well, if we know our evidence is somewhere in here, or in his house, we should start seeing if we can find it.
These are our files.
How much stuff did he keep for them in here? And why here?
Maybe carrying it home brought too many risks with it?
Holy crap.
What?
It's a country map, with every location Chiara was for the past year, and every death marked down, with the number for lead detective and chief.
Jesus Christ. The hell?
What is that?
Every single one of Chiara's different IDs. We need to tear this place apart. I should have questioned it. Known it was too easy. How quick everything came together, how easy it was to find everything. But I was desperate. So when we started to find information about Bobby, linking him to all the kills through the stuff we found in the chief's office, we made our plan. We found our evidence and so much more, and even asked some of the guys to see what they could collect in his house. We had enough to put him away for good. But something still didn't sit right. But I ignored it. I was too angry, and I just wanted it to be done. Too many people had died already. I wanted it to be done. Just another one of my mistakes.
Police! Get down on the ground!
Down on the ground now!
On the ground!
Hands in the air!
Let me see your hands!
Get down on the ground!
Hands in the air!
Gentlemen, gentlemen, what have me and my men done to deserve this?
Well, killing Antonio Roston, for one. Hands behind your back.
Bobby Cassans, you're under arrest for the murders of Antonio Roston, Megan and Ethan Montgomery, Police Chief Brian Mason, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
That idiot got his just desserts. And I didn't lay a hand on the Montgomerys.
We have an informant that says otherwise, and they're rarely ever wrong.
Not to mention you foolishly gave a lot of info to a certain dead police chief.
You know, you really are something else. You'll regret doing this. You'll get yours for this. Just you wait and see.
You do have the right to remain silent, so shut the hell up.
Get him out of here. One down, one more to go.
Yeah.
You're still skeptical.
We spend days, weeks running in circles and it's tied up in 1 or 2 nights. Don't you think that's too easy? It just feels like the other shoe is about to drop.
I don't know. Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, we put him in a holding cell.
Cyrus has eyes on the whole building. He's also taking care of everything at the motel.
In other words, you'll be the manager by tomorrow.
How's your friend?
Still asleep, but they expect that she'll wake up soon.
That's good.
I feel almost guilty about that.
Don't. You know, after the grand resignation you made in the hospital, I do have to ask, why did you choose to stay with me for your safe house?
As I recall, you're supposed to give employers 2 weeks' notice. And I didn't think you should be alone. Besides, your place is far better than Zane's.
Now that we can both agree on.
I should get some rest.
Okay.
Is the gun really necessary?
After today, you're really asking that? Who is it?
You're really not planning to shoot dear old Dad, are you? Are you both doing okay?
As good as we can be.
So far, you're the only one that's come by.
Good. And I spoke to the men at the motel. They'll keep an eye out for Bobby's men, and the owner was very accommodating.
That's the best news I've heard all day.
We'll also make preparations for Jack. Whatever you think is best.
Thank you. Can I handle the rest?
I wouldn't expect you to ask for anything less.
I'll give you two the room.
How are you doing?
Better.
Good. Hopefully that better feeling stays for a long time.
You were right. Chiara was more than understanding. Even handed me a termination letter.
Huh. Wish I was there to see that.
I'll be okay, Dad.
I know you will be. You're a Gravano. And the toughest girl I know. Now, what is there around here that we can eat?
We put Bobby in the holding cell that night, but we still felt off. But we decided to figure it out the next day, so we went home. And when I got home, the other shoe dropped. The door was busted open, the house was destroyed. And there were red rose petals scattered all throughout my house. Then there was the bouquet sitting on the kitchen island. It was a message, a threat. And I knew exactly who it was from and what it meant.
Chiara, look,
We had a deal, Detective. And I made myself very clear.
We never had a deal, Chiara. There were no terms, no agreements. We never...
So you decided to be bold enough to cross a line that didn't need outlining then?
It was an accident. You know that. You and I were both there. You know what happened. You're just as much to blame as me.
Ballistics say otherwise.
So, what? You plan to make it even? Chiara?
Do you want to know what it was like when my parents died, Detective? I saw them in that wrecked up car, bloodied and beaten. Do you know what I did to the man responsible? I torched the car to the fucking ground, put a bullet through the heads of everyone he held dear, and watched them beg for mercy. What do you think I will do to you?
Chiara, please, we can
I warned you, Detective.
It meant war. She protects the ones she loves. It's something I should have known the moment he died. that it would come back to haunt me.
Especially with the meeting you had with her. All of the calls. She thought you would play the game the way she wanted, and killing Jack broke that.
Yeah.
But all of this now, that I don't get. If she's keeping an eye on you like the way you think she is, then why now? Why still keep tabs on you? She got what she wanted. Why mess with you further?
Aaron, there's something you should know.